So I was called to diagnose this vehicle and it's having an issue with the cam sensors. It's having a difficult starting, and you can see it's having a difficult starting, so it takes time before it starts. And this is the fault code P0340. So it is stored, but when you erase and clear it, it will come up again. So what I'm doing is, from my understanding on this vehicle, one sensor contains one sensor contains, or position sensor contains two signal lines, which is sensor 1 and sensor 2. So with this one, if it is a power issue or a ground issue, it will affect both signal lines, but it's affecting only one signal line, and you can see it's reporting bank 1 sensor 1. So that means it is on the bank 1 by the sensor 1, so which is this one. So what I'll do is I'll try and scope both of them, the signal, and see what I'll be getting. So if I'm not getting any signal on this side, then that means the issue is from this side, but the pin 4 is the bank 1 signal. Or what I'll do is I can also disconnect the sensor whilst the ignition is off to verify that it is not an issue with my it's not an issue with this system. So what I'll do is, let me do the scoping and let's see. And this is the lines that I've done the connection on. So what I'll do is turn on my scope and start the vehicle and see the kind of signal lines I'll be getting. So after that, I'll remove the socket also and see if there is any issue with it. So this sensor, it could be this side, the blue line, and I've connected it to my signal 1. So I'll test it and see which one is not working. So I'll start the car. So now that the vehicle is running, you can see that the yellow line is not pushing out any signal. It's only the blue line that is giving me the signal. So what I can do is, let me change my time base. Okay, let me change my time base so this is the signal that I'm getting, but I'm not getting on the blue one, which is supposed to be this side. So what I'll do is I'll disconnect the sensor and see if I'll get 5 volts, because both of them have to get 5 volt reference on it. So if I don't get, then I'll jump from the back of the control unit to this side and see if my signal or my sensor will start working. So let me do that and bring you guys back. So with this one, what I'll do is, this is the wiring diagram, and these are the two signals, which is 62 and 85, but I'm searching for 85. 85 is the connector that I have to do continuity testing on C2. So 85, yeah, so there is it 85, that's the crank, and this one is 2. So let me check on my connector pin out and see 85. So there is it. So 85 is dark gray and dark blue. So there is it. So I have to check on that connector. So let me see the color of the connector. PCM female. Okay, so now I'll remove the connector and do the testing. So with this one, I just disconnected the sensor. You can see that the sensor is disconnected. The sensor is disconnected over there. So when you check on my scope, you can see I'm having 5 volt because I've set my division is to 2. So on the second channel, which is 1, 2 and half, that's my 5 volt. So that tells me that it could be a wiring issue. So I have to do the tracing from this side to the PCM and see if there is any continuity on that side. So let me see which one. So I'll do the continuity testing and see if I'll have my 5 volts back. So when I did the measuring from the front of the sensor, I am getting almost 5 volts, which is cool. So I'll check if there is going to signal sensor 2, and if I change it from that side. So if you can see, I've swapped it and I'm getting constant 5 volts, but with the other one the 5 volts is fluctuating. It goes up and down and it's not constant. So I'll check it and see. So now that I've connected to that one, which is the second one, you can see my voltage is not constant. So let me see. So let me do the check again, and you can see the voltage. Okay, so now that I've fixed it, I'm still having this voltage. So what I'll do is I have to test and see if the 5 volts is constant or there has an issue, or the 5 volt is having an issue. I think maybe the connector is having an issue. That's why I'm getting this. So I'll do that, fix it back and see if my fault code will go off. So now with this, I'm not getting full 5 volts. I'm getting some partial voltage in there. So what I'll do is I'll fix the sensor, and I'm suspecting it is a connector issue because when I play with the connector, the voltage changes. So what I'll do is let me see if let me do it well and see the voltage that I'll be getting. Then let me start the vehicle and see the signal that I'll be getting. So after checking the connector, and now that we make sure that the connector is working, let's see if the vehicle will have difficult starting again. You can see it starts quickly, so that means the vehicle is running. And let me check my signal lines, and you can see I'm getting the two side or the two signal lines to be okay. So I think the problem will be a connector issue. My connector is faulty, that's why it's affecting the signal line. So if you see now, I'm having a signal from both sides, and the car is starting as quickly as possible. So maybe I have to try it around and see if the coordination fault code will go, because now I'm having the signal line and I'll call it a fix. It is due to bad connector, or maybe the connector terminal itself was having an issue. So as I was putting pins in there, it has cleared it a bit. So it's either we change the connector or the problem ceases to come again. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more videos. So we'll turn it off again and hopefully start it and make sure it has a quick start. So if you can see, it has a quick start now. So thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more videos. So let's see if you find there could be a fault code because I disconnected the connector, but now there is no fault code and we are good to go. So we call this a fix.